Gotta have it. Put the coffee right there. There is coffee. It is called COVID and coffee, right? I'm just not here yet. Tell you, it is a pretty sharp car. At least I think it is. For a, you know what I mean, for an RC car, I think the thing is, wicked sharp. Nice. Don't forget to buy one of those battery packs. Is it time yet? Wow, look at that! I'm actually a minute late now. How did that happen? All right. Wait a minute. Volume off. Everything's like damp outside. It rained pretty good last parts of the country over here. Got some pretty good storm related damage and whatever. But I wanted to do a check in. The Jaguar is I know it's nothing RC related, but the Jaguar is coming in at me from the top ropes of that ring that I placed myself and that thing into. So, but I'm still okay. I'm still surviving. But we did get some parts in. So today on this morning's COVID and Coffee, it's just a quick check-in. I wanted to show you guys the parts that came in today once the pavement heats up out front in the front of my house, which is the RC Guy Garage Dragway way. I wish I could do the echo, but I can't. I don't have like the that other people do, but yeah, I'm having a hard time finding a body for this car. I want it to stay Mopar. So basically, what's happened is I put an order for a clear body, and it's non-existent. We all saw that the green body came out. I did catch that from Associated on their Facebook, which was pretty cool. Some people obviously like the green. Definitely makes it easier because it's done. But for me, I'm gonna go a different route. Yeah, I'm gonna go the clear body. Probably gonna be still very reminiscent of what this is, other than obviously the color. I probably won't use the window stickers. I may try to paint that stuff in myself. We'll see. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work out. But today I'm going to test out the 1 million diff fluid that I threw in on that drag strip right there. The DTS system is still waiting for me at the hobby shop. I still got to get it. And I also got that Mad Van coming. And I've got... obviously going to still do that, what's in the box on the Mad Van, just because, it's just, I don't know, it's content for the channel, and, I don't know, who knows, maybe somebody wants to see how I open it. I don't know, maybe I'll use my knife, or I'll use a chainsaw or something, I don't know. But, yeah, parts are in. And the parts that are actually inside this box and these parts that are outside of the box came from the donators that donated money towards this project. Again, don't give donations. Like, you know what I mean? Obviously, if you want to, please make sure you direct to where it's going to go to. Otherwise, it kind of becomes my choice. And for right now, like I had said, it's everything is going to the DR. I still want to. Well, apparently the steam died out really quick this time. So I'm just going to point blank just switch this around now. So I don't even know how long the stream is dead for. Hey, what's happening? Now I get to see that I look like a goon without my hat. I think I need to throw my hat on. Where was I? I don't even know where I was. I don't know where the stream died off. And of course my neighbor's got to use... Why is my neighbor using his blower when the grass is wet? What the hell? How can you use a blower on wet grass? Like, seriously, that's crazy. Should I yell at him? Hey, shut that blower off! I'm trying to do a live here. Well, anyways, I don't know where I was, so I'm just going to basically reiterate what I said. Parts came in from the backers to this project, from the... I don't know. I can't even hear myself talk here. Anyways, I can't find a body, so I got a clear body coming. It's out of stock, so who knows when it'll actually come. I'm going to paint it up, obviously, paint it up myself. Got a couple of ideas for it. Not going to stick with the window stickers that are on here, because I think that's garbage. I'll just end up, trying to see if I can paint trim or whatever. Just kind of make it look a little bit better than what it is. But I just want to jump into the chat real quick. I'm going to basically just say, hey, who's here? So right at 6:50, Supnat was the first one on here. Oh, it's your bedtime. We got Ronnie Willis. We got Stan Reed is here. And right, nobody chimed in at 7:30. So right at 7:31, Demo RC was the first one, followed by Ronnie Willis. So it is definitely a little bit earlier than normal, but like I said, those parts did come in, so I do want to... I actually don't remember what's in the box, so... I just ordered a bunch of parts. So right here, number one, we got this part right here. It's from Hot Racing. This is an aluminum diff, which I thought was going to be... It's a hard anodized aluminum diff, which I thought would probably be best, because there is the eventuality that I'm not sticking with the current power system that's in this car. I want to be done with 3S, because now 3S is being too much like a dog. I did get some pretty consistent straight runs. Granted, I'm obviously going to be messing with tire compounds. The front end is still jacked up too high. I do have to cut the fuel tubing. But as the temperature gets warmer, those shocks are going to want to drop. If they don't drop fast enough, I thought about maybe drilling out one of the bores, one of the holes, one of the valve holes, just a little bit more to allow more fluid to go through. Or I could just change to a lighter weight oil. So it's like the toss-up. Do I change to a lighter weight oil, or do I just widen out one of the valve holes? Other than that, I am very happy with this car. 1 million diff weight fluid in it. Once that pavement warms up and the moisture's gone, I'm going to be doing some hits on that. I also did go ahead, same thing, Hot Racing. This is a spool. So instead of having gears inside of this thing and messing with differential fluid, I'm going full lock. So this is also what's called a locker. So you can either call it a locker or you can call it a spool. They're calling it a spool, which is just called a lightweight diff posi lock spool. And that is for the SC 4x4, but yeah, this is like literally the route that I want to go. Now, the only thing that I noticed, which is kind of a negative, is the fact that, what? It says 52 tooth. Hopefully that's the right one. I didn't know. I just hope it is. But it doesn't come with a pin. So there's no pin to actually lock spool. So I think what they're intending for you to take a pin out of your old one, out of one of the spider gears, and just toss it in that, I guess. So I'll have to see if I can find a pin that's a similar size, or I'll have to buy a stinking gear set. That's kind of dumb. And I also did get a Robinson Racing idler gear. So this one right here, this has kind of been focus. Why does it do that? Come on. Well, there you go. There's the number for that. It's a Robinson Racing idler gear, because the idler gear that's in there is made out of a nylon. And I obviously don't like the quality of it, and not that it really probably makes a difference under power, because we're brushless and we're not an anemic kind of wave motion, but I don't like the fact that when I'm spinning the input shaft, I do not like the fact that it gets hung up. And then if you spin the drive cups, then the input shaft doesn't turn. It's kind of messed up. So and we did discover that the idler gear that was in there was defective anyway, which again probably doesn't make a difference for actual usage, but in my mind it makes a difference. Now, what's inside this box, I actually can't remember, so I'm going to focus you guys down on this box, and we're both going to kind of see what's inside that box. Hopefully it's everything. Earl Moorhead, what's going on, brother? State Property 210. How did you land that DR10, online or local? Local. So that it was a pre-order, and unfortunately the shop was closed probably the day that it showed up. So it's okay, no big deal. And the way shipping has been lately, it's kind of been messed up. Gotta have a sip of coffee. All right, so I am going to now just focus in on this box right here, and we'll see what we got inside the box. So I'm going to switch this around and try it again. I'm going to give it another shot. Let's see if it doesn't die out this time. Okay. I have to wait. Yeah, I think that looks good. So this is obviously a direct thing from Team Associated, which I think is, what, California? Pretty sure they're located in California. Now, like I said, the only bummer part was the fact that I may actually have to get a gear set just for that pin, unless I can find a pin that's the right size. All right, so only in here is going to be, I thought, 2 pinion gears, but apparently I didn't. Yeah, I guess I didn't get 2 pinions. I thought I did. I thought I got 3. There's 2 pinions in there. So a 21 tooth and a 22 tooth. So there's that label right there. So first out of the box right there is a Team Associated B5 gearbox. Certainly do hope this is the right one. I probably should have got bearings too. I probably just should have got a whole transmission case. But I think the way that I had done things, I had already got gears, so I didn't see the point. So these ones right here, these are going to be my inserts for the B5 blocks, which are these right here. So this is arm mount D, and what this does is allows you to change the I almost said caster. It allows you to change the toe on the rear arms by incremental degrees, so that you can hopefully, I'm hoping, and this is what I don't know. I don't know if this is going to allow my arms to go straight. it was kind of a blind buy, and nothing was really saying that there was a positiveness about whether if this was going to allow the arms to go straight or not. I just kind of hope they do. These were the arm inserts for the D block, which is, I think, this one right here. So these go together right here. Believe this is the rear. And then this right here, I believe, yes, so this is the front. So this and this are for the front. So it gives you 4 options for changing the toe for the rear, because I want my axle straight. I'm done with the toe. It's 100% pointless on something that is supposed to be going in a straight line. So I feel what happens is the car is fighting itself on the rear end, and especially going spooled. I think this is the best way to go. I could be wrong, but this is the whole point of just this trial and error and checking things. Rest of the other things in the box we got here. So I did get a vented V2 slipper hub. Obviously the slipper portions, they are vented. So hopefully it will give me consistent, what they call hot lap runs or just runs. It just should allow for more cooling. Not sure really how effective they are. And I almost don't know how to check that other than using that DTS system that's coming. Maybe that will tell you or tell me if this vented thing even works. So here's another pinion right here. This is the 21 tooth pinion. It is a factory team, and like I said, I did try to go all like real stuff with this car. I wanted to throw parts at it this time. I didn't want to really, you know, throw earplug plugs and glue and do stupid craziness just for this particular car. This is the 22 pinion. Everything is 48 pitch. And then this right here, which this was an unknown too. This is the aluminum rear hubs, and they're in the blue because I guess that's the factory team thing for Associated. Obviously, everything is blue. So whenever you throw a factory team part on, it's going to be blue. So these supposedly are going to replace the hubs that are on here, and it gives different varying degrees of camber. So I think without adjusting things, I don't know. It just looked like something that potentially would aid with going with this stuff. So I think that the only part about all of this stuff, right, is because I have been and I'm going to switch this around because I don't know if this is going to work. So because I had, come on. I got to figure something out here. All right, crank that around. Is that the right way? Yeah, there we go. So I guess I'll say it this way, because I'm a hack. It driving off-road for me, it's a lot more forgiving on tuning for me because I'm not a racer. Now, this car is making me realize that there's so many variables that you don't even think of that can change how the car launches, how the car hooks up, whether the wheelie bar gets hit or not, whether you want the wheelie bar to hit or not. The wheelie bar is really just a safety net to, you know, keep your car from doubling back on itself, which is a possibility. So the wheelie bar isn't something that, you know, you're supposed to just hit and rip. But I do still want to see if I can tag that wheelie bar. I did it twice. One was supposed to be on camera, but I didn't follow the damn car. And it happened 3 to 5 feet away from me. It was almost like the car hit second gear. It was the weirdest thing. So I don't know if there's something wrong with my transmitter, receiver, what. But it was weird. It pulsed. And I heard it. And it was just like, whoa. And so the car had taken off, and then for a split second, it sounded like it cut out. And then when it full throttled again, the front end lifted, and it stayed on the wheelie bar for like 2 feet, maybe 3. I can't. I'm really not positive. So, and it was cool though. It definitely was cool. So, but there's a lot of tuning, man, and I'm not gonna back off of this thing. It's just I wanted to square away some things in. Excuse me. This one, I didn't need to get this, but because of the donations allowed this piece to come here to see if this makes a difference. But all of these other parts are literally from all the donations of like going to specific things that I'm just like, okay, I want to try this. I want to get it. I want to get that toe out of the rear end. I want to build another transmission so that, you know, I can swap transmissions. And instead of constantly cracking a transmission open, I want to throw the spool in there. So obviously I have to get a bearing kit too. So I don't know. Maybe I made a mistake buying a case. I don't know. I just figured, I think I was in that mindset of my case being stripped. So maybe what I should do is, you know what I did? I think I messed up. So, Acer 0240 bought a transmission. So I think I screwed up on my buying. So what I need to do is I actually need to buy a full transmission. That way I'm going to also have the bearings and everything else. So that's actually what I got to do. So I'm going to buy a transmission. Like I said I was going to. I think what I was thinking was that I was buying all the parts. But apparently I wasn't thinking. Nah, it is what it is. But that's what's good about this live open the box stuff. It makes me realize, oh yeah, maybe I should actually buy the transmission, not just try to buy the parts, because it's probably cheaper to buy the whole transmission as a whole than to just buy parts. I don't know. Never mind. You know what? I should just have Earl Moorhead order my parts for me. I just give him my credit card and go, listen, just buy the right parts so I know what I'm doing. Hey, Earl, you want my credit card, guy? Oh my God. You know what? I think I'm going to go online right now and order it. That was dumb. What was I thinking? Well, I guess this can be used as long as it's the right case, which it looks like it's the right case. As long as this is the right case, I'll be able to use it for this transmission that's in here. That's a good idea, because then this thing won't be stripped. Like, the brand new one was stripped out of the box. Anyway, so what is happening, everybody? Michael Dyke is here. What's happening, brother? Justin O'Neill, what's going on, guy? Hey, that heat gun's coming today, by the way, Justin. Thank you. I actually could have used it on the Jaguar the other day. Right, Eminem. James R is here. Leo Medina is here. Hector Santos. Who else is here? It's definitely an early stream today, but I've got to get moving with the day today. I want to make real good use of today. I got a bunch of things I want to do. I actually want to rip the DR. I could have ripped the DR yesterday. Yesterday was a good day to probably do it, but I was being distracted by that thing that's right there that you can see through the jail bars. So that thing put me in jail yesterday. Not literal jail. It focused my attention on it. And so far, it's me 0 and Jag scoring like 10 points on the card, on the fight card, and I've got 0. I got 0 hits into it, even though I've been swinging. I've been swinging at it, but it's not agreeing with me. So, but yeah, I can't wait. You know, rip that thing with 1 million, see what it does. I don't know if Now, Earl, you put 500 in yours, right? Have you been able to test it out yet to see? I mean, you don't have to. You could just say yes or no. You don't have to say how it went, because obviously we want to see your video anyway. Old cars will do that, right? James R. Yeah, yeah. I'm still gonna have time for RC. You have to because. So I had to walk away from this only because that one day it was either get it today or it's going to the crusher. So, you know what I mean? I'm not going to let a car like that go away for 275 bucks. I don't care how much time I have to put into it because, like I've always said, when I work, my labor is my own. Do you know what I mean? So, like, there are customers that I do something for them and I just do it for free. And they're like, well, how can you do that? And I go, because my time is mine. You know, I said, it's not going to be every single time that I'm going to be able to do something for free, but my time is my time to do with whatever I want. And with that Jaguar, I know I'm going to need to walk away from that thing. And what's great is I've got RC stuff to use to walk away. Now, am I going to walk away from the Jaguar and then walk into the DR10, probably feel the same way, go in swinging and take a couple of hits and and be, doubled over in my corner? Yeah, why not? But it's still fun. Even that Jag, man, telling you, even that, while it's giving me a hard time, I am still taking care of issues that are there. So with this DR10, we are still going to be taking care of issues, at least in my mind. Issue, I don't want this. I don't. Now, am I gonna realize that, who knows, maybe having locked wheels is a bad idea? I don't think so. So I think in my head, having that happen is going to be a best case scenario for me. And like Earl had pointed out, at least I'm pretty sure it was Earl, that yes, I am talking about Earl in my live stream again, but he deserves to be talked about. So I think he had made the reference that the reason why he put 5 in his is because he does want to be able to have a little bit of this. And I don't think he's talking about launches. He's talking about in a crash. He wants that if, let's just say his car flips, okay? Let's say his car flips, which it probably never will like mine did. And I do have footage too. I just don't know where the heck it is. Did I even put out a video that had footage of when it grinded on its roof? Or did I not? I don't even remember. I thought I did. I thought I walked up to the car and I was just like, oh no. I don't remember. I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. I'll have to check my own. I'll have to check my own dang video to see if I put out the footage where the car flipped over. But anyways, let's just say Earl's car hooks and rolls, and he's either still under power or whatever. There's a better chance that he's going to break gears if he has a spool in there. He's going to save his gears if it's got movement, if it can move. He's also going to save his gears if, like, you guys have to go also. I usually bring out other people's YouTube sites when it's something that I appreciate the fact that they're taking the time to do all this stuff. So yeah, that's why I talk about Earl. He's taken time to give you guys information and say, hey, this is how I do things. This is how I set it up. I still have to download the Bubble app, but I'm just not ready yet. But am I? Yes, I am. Because once I get my car dialed in, I do want to check everything to where my eyes and my straight level, my straight edge, I want to see if my straight edge and my eyeballs gave me, granted they're adjusted eyeballs, but I want to see if it got me close to Earl's numbers or around about that, scenario. But that other channel that I keep talking about is Full Throttle RC. You guys should go check out his channel. He doesn't just do drag racing, but he has been semi-focused on drag racing, also kind of takes a step back and says, hey, you know, guys, I got to take a little bit of a break. I'm going to do a review, or I'm going to do some upgrades on SC, what is that, the SCX24? You know, the little crawlers, SCX24, I think it is. You got up early to bash the Rustler? Nice. Chad Holmes, what's going on, brother? Because of me, I do have to say, I don't think you will regret that purchase. You do have to square away a couple of things just before you take it out. WD-40 those front arms, you know, the front little upper arms, WD-40 those. Maybe even slapping a little bit of WD-40 on the bumper arms. Take like a couple of minutes to protect yourself, because those upper arms do have a tendency to want to snap. And Gus's Custom Creations, he's the one that I got this from. He WD-40'd his arms, and he was having, after the fact, I'm not saying permanently no breakage, but it definitely aided in or assisted in less breakage of those parts. So, you know, I think people on the internet call it the ARMA treatment, because I guess ARMA cars were known, I guess the arms were known to snap. So if you take dunk them in WD-40 and, you know, let them soften up a little bit, just a little bit, that should, I guess it works. I still actually haven't done it. Here I am talking about it, and I haven't even done it myself. James George, what's going on? No, I actually have to, because it's a P.O. box, I have to go down and check it. The P.O. box, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to check it on the weekends, because it doesn't make any sense to go there like every day, because it's not like down the street from my house. I actually have to travel a good distance to go to the box. So I will check it on the weekends, so I'll check and see if that's there, and if it is, you'll be on COVID and Coffee tomorrow, technically. Gold Goose Gaming, what is going on, man? This is the first time you're here. Drag race day here in Denver. That's awesome, man. Soften up like Team Associated. Oh my God, yeah. So Team Associated's plastics are already, Earl kind of brought that up. Team Associated's plastics are already, yeah, they are soft. But my screws, and I'm pretty sure the screws to the front arms of Earl's DR10, pretty sure had those shred threads, the helicoil style threads that were leftovers from when the machine cut the threads on those fasteners. And unfortunately, what it does is it basically widened out the hole. So once you pull that out, yeah, it's just garbage. It's wrong. I'm kind of annoyed, and I just because Associated didn't really. They want to do the playing games kind of thing with me right now. So, and maybe it's protocol, whatever. But you know, when somebody says, here's a vid, go watch it. That way, I'm not just taking any fastener from any product and just going, hey, look at this, look at what it did. I don't even know what is the point of the picture. I'm not going to be able to zoom in with a microscope to show the inside holes, measuring with a caliper. They're just playing games with me. What they want. And I just shot them off a letter. I'm like, you know what? I'm done playing games with you guys. Effectively you won. I'm not going to waste my time with your warranty process. But, you know, who knows? Maybe I'll waste my time. But it's annoying. It's a brand new car. You know what I mean? Come on, Team Associated. Don't be like that. You know, if somebody's got the proof in a video, which pretty much showed I had damn pieces of metal inside my transmission. Granted, yeah, I probably could have taken my transmission out and just grabbed a sprinkle full of thread shreds or shred threads, whatever I'm calling them, just sprinkled my transmission when they go, oh, hey, look at this. But why would I do that? That's not what my channel's about. Go watch some of my other videos. You'll see. The only thing that's on this channel is the truth. But I also feel confident that they don't waste their time watching videos because they are Team King associated. So, Paul Clancy, what's going on? Raymond Stouts, what's going on, man? You figured out the break-in problem on your DB XLE settings issue, right? Okay, awesome, Raymond. Oh, wait a minute. So you have the DBXLE, not the DBXL? So I thought you had the DBXL. So when I told you what I said, and I said go hit up Chef Beardsley, I thought you had the DBXL, which was the gas version. Gold Goose Gaming. Hey, dude, why you here? Thumbs up the stream. Maybe throw a little subscribe in there. Why not, right? You here. Use that 5-second fix UV stuff, fill in the hole, and then use UV light to harden it. What do you mean? On the but the thing is though, is how is the UV light going to affect the glue that's on the inside? Are you talking about the transmission holes? Because I don't see how that would work. Oh, Chad Holmes. So you're kind of dealing with the same thing? Yeah, it's ridiculous. They want me to send pictures, and it's just like, there's no way in heck I am the only one with these screw problems. It was too consistent in my car. I'm not saying every screw, but a majority of the screws that went into plastics that I have taken out, with the exception of these screws right here. So these screws were fine. These screws are fine, but like on Earl's car, the lower suspension screws I think were messed up, and then it was my transmission ones that were messed up. Was one of my arm ones? Oh no, I'm wrong. As a matter of fact, one of my arm ones did have an issue as well. So, Justin O'Neill, brother, I don't even have my book. You gotta tell me what it's for, man. I should get my hat. right. I got my hat on now. I think I look better with a hat. So, Justin O'Neill. Use it for anything. I'll put any. Any. You know what I may do is I may put that towards, because I don't know how much those so Tony actually gave a donation for the one of those cow RC I called it a mag pad. What the hell's it called? A cow RC pit mat. So apparently it's got a magnetism to it. So I'm actually put that towards that. I'll put cow RC. And I'm also going to square away this weekend that idea that I had in my head, because you're going to start seeing stuff. Because I am going to throw, after I run the 1 million in this car for that differential, I want to see what kind of hits I get. After I run the 1 million, to see if I'm going, if it aids in it going straighter, which it should, provided both wheels are getting the same amount of traction, which they should. Here is something that I actually did not think about. Look up 5-second UV. Okay. RC Master. M&M. Look up M&M. Look up UV 5-second UV. And I got to tell you, this is the reason why I have this notebook, is because what happens is my head is filled with just too much stuff. So the reason why I write all this stuff down is so that I can reference it like later, because otherwise, once I walk away, like you could ask me what I had for dinner last night, and I actually do remember, but normally I don't. It's very rare that I actually remember. I can definitely tell you that I eat, because when I step on the scale didn't change. So I know I ate. I just don't remember what I had. But I actually did have dinner last night. Our daughter actually cooked dinner. She cooked, she made like some kind of marinated chicken, like chicken pieces with, I think she called it like an Alfredo. So with a spaghetti and a steamed broccoli. So she was the one that made dinner last night. That was actually pretty cool. I was glad that she did that. Cow mats are super nice. Right. You need a name for the new body? Right. Definitely do a poll, Earl. Now I'm Earlified. Right. Right, Earlified. Yup, absolutely. Oh, all right. So that's right. Earl's transmission was already stripped too. The thing is, though, Earl, I almost feel like you still should talk about it on a video, because if by chance Team Associated is watching, they need to know. They need the proof that it's not just me that's saying, hey, my screws are causing strip issues. Because then it's just going to look like I'm just trying to get free parts, and I could care less about free parts from them. So, Paul, somebody else has probably already said this. I'd go for this. My personal experience, I'd go for this just because it's actually going to teach you, I feel. I feel the slash. Let's just say you get tired of going Going straight. This car is only supposed to be going straight. You're not going to be doing jumps on it. Although, who knows, maybe somebody will do a video on, jumping the team associated, like Evil Knievel jumps with the team associated DR10. It could be a series on RC Guy Garage. No, it won't. But my personal opinion, for the money, get this. Just because at least it'll give you the taste. And let's just say you don't like the taste, you could probably unload it pretty easily. Because it's a drag car. You don't need to bash Team Associated anymore. Right. Yeah, I do have to tell you, this is actually one of the reasons why I like doing the live stream out here, because especially in the morning, got my coffee, the sun's just starting to break through the trees, and as long as my wind chimes aren't going nuts, which, hey, this is something you guys didn't see, but look what my wife put up there now. So right above the head now we have flowers. I think those are those are those bleeding hearts. So she took one of the wind chimes and I think moved it. So, but you get the wind chimes in the morning, you get the birds. It's I mean, not everybody likes nature, but I do. And I think it's a good deal. Yeah, the Nova body. The Nova. Now I wish Proline put as much detail into a Camaro body that they did, or a vet body. I want to see Proline do a vet body, like a C2 body, as good as they did the Nova body. Like, that Octane body, man, it's wrong. It just doesn't look like, I mean, it looks like a Camaro, but it's not. It's stretched. It just doesn't. With a Nova, you 100% know that's a Nova. Yes, the rear quarter panels are flared a little bit, but it still looks like a Nova, And I think they messed up the Camaro. I think if they did a Camaro body like they did the Nova, who knows? Maybe it's licensing. Maybe they don't want to pay GM, money or whatever. Who knows? So Eminem is referring to a product called Bondic. I am not sure. I wish I knew. Has anybody heard from Jury VRC? I'm actually going to have to send, because I was hoping he would pop up. I got to, Jury VRC is not in here, is he? RC Fun, what's going on, man? Chuck G, what's happening? See, I don't have anything against Team Associated myself. Only because I'm basing it off of what I remember as a kid. Team Associated was like the car to have. That and Kyosho, for me. I couldn't afford Losi at the time. And I couldn't afford Schumacher. Schumacher was crazy back then. RC Fun. I don't know. Again, this is my own personal opinion. You guys have to stop wasting time. Granted, there are issues with certain vehicles, but a lot of times things are getting resolved. We're not talking about make or break issues. This is just, I think, me being too too particular with what I'm trying to force a car to do out of the box, that when they designed it, number one, they gined it with, yeah, you gined it. That's gyro and design together. So they gined it. So they designed it with a gyro. So that had to tell you something right there. Maybe it had issues going straight. So I'm trying to overcome this. Same thing with Earl. Earl's trying to overcome all of the inherent beyond 2S issues. So stop wasting your time. Like a lot of people, and I know it's money, but if you don't spend it, you're wasting your time when you could be out there ripping it. That's the whole thing. And I know money's valuable, but if you've got the money and it's just sitting there and you want to try it, try it. If you don't like it, unload it. Somebody out there will buy it. Especially if it's a hot item. Like these DR10s right now, it's technically a hot item. Right now, drag racing is, I think I got into this drag racing thing right as I think it already sprung off, but I think I'm getting into it when it's starting to pick up more steam, is what I think I'm seeing. I could be wrong. But it seems like everywhere I turn now, things are drag race, so. And it is, I'm having a blast. Just make sure the shocks work even and right, evenly filled and doing at least the same function. I messed up mine. I still have to take my shocks back apart because I ended up cutting my fuel tubing too much. I want that front end slammed down a little bit more. Because right now it's not enough. And it's also not acting like it was initially. So the return trip on the fluid's working perfect. It's just the droop. Because of the way I did my springs, and I'm leaving my springs that way. I'm going to allow my springs to slide down the shock like that. But they're almost effectively doing nothing. It's just what I want to try, but I have to take the fuel tubing out and just like, I think I have to cut, so whatever it is, right here, I'll get you in there just so I can show you what I'm talking about. So right now, with the way my car is, it is, that is flare. How do I get rid of that? Go like that. Oops. So, see what I'm saying? It's definitely way higher than what I want now. So, whatever the distance is here, I basically want to half this distance. So right now I can basically get my fingernail just hits the chassis. So what I want to do is I want to half that so that it's back down and slammed the way it was. So that's the intent with that. But that fuel tubing, I got that idea from Earl Moorhead. And if I get an idea from somebody, their name goes on it, not my name. That's not how it works. You prefer birds to wind chimes? Yeah, well, there's one bird going nuts out there. I don't even know what kind of bird it is. Oh, it's the bird that's building the nest. So we have a nest that's, so it is that bird. I think it's a cowbird. Cowbirds are terrible. Cowbirds are mean. If that's what it is, I'm not sure what kind of bird it is. I haven't been able to see it. Right, Paul. The Nova is awesome looking. It really is. It's like I want to get the Nova body now to myself, but I just don't want to be that copycat. But I might just get one anyways because the body is really, it's really right for the car. It's like the perfect body for the car. You gonna buy a Proline boat? Right, Earl has a second DR10 coming. In the green. A privacy thing came up after you posted a comment? Ronnie Willis? What comment? Oh, what, the HR 6666 thing? That's weird. Chef Beardsley, what's going on, man? Definitely way behind in the thing here. Drag bugs a blast, yeah. Where's Sergeant J? What is happening? You got to take out the J 3 point. Awesome, man. That is awesome. I need to I gotta really quick just see if I can contact Jury VRC because as you guys remember, Jury VRC he was diagnosed with COVID, so I'm gonna see if I can just check in with him real quick. See, that's what happens when somebody comes into the stream. You realize they're not there no more. Oops. Oops. Keep doing the wrong thing here. I still don't know how to get into my own group. This is awesome. I'm going to take that thing off as an announcement. Unpin it. Mitchell's RC, I don't know if you're in here, but if you get a chance, don't forget to do a theme day. Or what about you, Chef? You could do a theme day today. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. How did I miss that comment? I know why I missed the comment. I missed the comment because I wasn't, I was dealing with a stupid Jaguar. Oops. I can't even type. All right, wheelie bar. Wheelie bar, right. What the heck is that? Ooh, what is that? That glass is broken. That's weird.
Where?
I got it in the sunlight. See it? No, it's fine, honey.
No.
Honey, it's fine. I just happened to notice it has
But I don't want to keep it.
Oh no, I know, but my drink is in it. That's fine. Thank you. I just saw it right in the sunlight. That's crazy. Why did it only crack like that? Thank you. Charles Pruitt, what's going on, man? Wheelie Bar, right. B-A-H, right, Wheelie Bar. Just like there's no R in cardboard or garbage. Oh my god. Wouldn't that be terrible if I man, probably get sued for that. DR10 screws, pure garbage. You laughing at me? I see you laughing at me.
Yeah, that's what you talk all the time.
Only in a good way. It's the way I talk all the time. She's funny. California had an earthquake yesterday? Holy smokes, dude. Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. No, that's awesome. I can taste it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, what kind of an earthquake, though? Because, like, damaging earthquake? Because nothing was on the news that I saw. The only thing that's on the news is still COVID. Traxxas screws are pretty tough? Meaning bad tough, or they're good screws? Chainsaw's here. What's going on, man? Must be a what? What? Hogwaller blood? What is that? I don't even understand what that means. Hogwaller blood? Oh, what? Just try a different screw in the DR10? Is that what you're talking about? With all the issues you guys are having, seems like Team Associated just... Yeah, they might have. But in reality, are they really issues yet? Again, I'm not on some team associated bandwagon, but I am happy with I'm happy with what I've got. Maybe I like to be punched in the face. Maybe that's why. Maybe, maybe I like a good beat down. I don't know. I'm still having a blast though. Tell you, man, I am having a blast with this thing. Every time I take this out, it does, you just missed Otis. Otis actually just drove by in that truck right there. Had his head out the window and everything. So I guess there was no walking for Otis today. He had to take him for a drive. The whole state of California felt it. Wow. Yeah, right. Earl loves a good challenge. Earl, right? Yeah, Earl definitely did. Well, you know what? I don't know. I did too. I think they definitely did the beatdown on the roof of his DR10. They definitely did a beatdown on the roof. But other than that, though, because of Earl's know-how and whatever, he's been able to, I feel, get his DR further along in that tuning stage, which is awesome. But I do wanna throw this in. I also wanna weigh the parts too, because that's also something that I've been thinking about, was the weight of these parts versus what was already there. Obviously, it's better quality, but it was just a curiosity because it feels like this spool is literally like the weight of the package. Do I have a no, not really. I can't, especially now that the grass is growing, I really shouldn't be ripping my RC in the front lawn. The front lawn is actually looking a little bit better right now. Things are starting to grow. I do have a weird little issue right there that I got to square away, but it's greening up. It's greening up. Got a little bit of an issue right there too. I think the issue that's right there, I think that's grubs. But it greens up and it starts to grow nice. Didn't Traxxas used to have a... Yes, they did. Yep. It wasn't like the DR10, though. They actually had a funny car drag car. But they do have the kit, like what everybody's talking about, or at least like what, Earl right here is talking about. The Slash. He's done like 50 of them. 50 conversions into drag cars. I say right now Traxxas should throw out the retooling and start pumping out those funny cars again, because I don't know who in their right mind wouldn't pick one up. You know how eventually like a company will do like a repop or a retool? Why isn't Traxxas just pumping out some more of those drag cars? Drag car with a wheelie bar, you know it. Oops. Oh, Golden Goose, you run the Slash? Yeah. So, when I was a kid, I felt one. But that was when I was like, I think 10 or something like that. And then I may have felt one. Sometimes you get woken up by something. So I don't think there's ever anything that's appreciable out here. I am fairly confident we are on a fault, but I think it's a dead fault. So Unless it's just building up and the whole Plymouth is just going to like fall off into the ocean. Oval, yeah, right. Yeah, the slash golden goose. Yep. I wouldn't know. Earl definitely can chime in with that one. Chief Gunny, you actually want to get a drag car? Yeah. There go the wind chimes. Today is supposed to be a really nice day today. They got my trash blowing away. James George, I agree with you right there. I think the only unknown thing to that I am just not familiar with is whether if it's extra tuning that you don't have to do potentially in another car that's obviously more expensive. Although, can you get a used car? But then the thing is, though, is if you get a used one, the stuff you don't know is you almost like, let's just say you buy a Slash that's fully modified, you know, and you're just getting into it. I feel like you're going to learn nothing. At least with this, it's throwing a bunch of punches at me, and I'm starting to learn its timing. You know what I mean? Learn how it's going to swing. You know what I mean? When to kick back that way, when to swing this way, when to go that way. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's making me focus on being better at tuning, which, being a thrasher, I don't have to tune nothing. I just grab an RC and beat the heck out of it. Just rip it. Like I always say, you got to get out there and just rip it. Stop wasting your time. If you're into the RC hobby, get out there and rip it. Because point blank, you are wasting your time if you don't. I always wanted a Slash. So now that's what it becomes. RC Daniel, in my opinion, no. Not the type of drag that we're talking about, because we're talking about two-wheel drive. Four-wheel drive drag racing is probably something way different, but two-wheel drive causes you to work more, which some people want to do and some people don't want to do. Shade tree. A CBR 1000, right? I had a back in '04 at that particular time. Um, I could be wrong, but I thought that the YZF R1 was the fastest production bike at that time. And I'll tell you, man, the thing was quick. I never even used that bike to its capacity. I just saw the bike, I wanted it, and I just was like, if I'm gonna buy a bike, it's gonna be this. It was a blast. My wife absolutely hated being on the back. She liked going for trips, but the fact of her sitting on the back as high as she was, she hated it. So whenever we would, you know, go faster, I would scoot forward and hug the tank so that she could share the main seat with me. Made it easier for her so that she enjoyed the ride. Right, Justin O'Neill, right. If you dump it at that point, yeah, you're right. Got some kids doing drag races out here. One kid's got a pedal car and the other kid's got... Oh, what the heck that is. I'm gonna have to get the DR10 out there and drag race them. That was good. Justin O'Neill, that was perfect. If you dump it at that fault, yeah, it's not gonna matter. Not gonna matter because you're probably not gonna be alive. Or either that, you're gonna be a bag of soup. CBR. What time are we looking at right now? 8:48. How long have we been live for? Hour and 20 minutes? Not bad. So later today, I'll probably just do a video on swapping in these parts just to see if we can get it to change. And we'll figure out what the heck these things do. I just hope this does what I thought. It definitely should. Yeah, it definitely should. Oh, this is going to change. This is going to change the camber big time. Actually. I can already tell just by the way this is made. Oh, you know what though? No. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Does it come with screws? I'm hoping those aren't... See, I don't remember. Are these ball ends, they better be fine thread. I bet they are. Yeah, they are. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's gonna change. That's gonna change the rear here. So, because these hubs actually bring... I'll slice my fingers off here. This knife is pretty sharp. So these... So because it's that much lower, that is definitely, in my opinion, that is definitely going to help with at least the camber movement. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously one of the things that I had talked about, and when I had seen this, I had thought to myself, that's right. So I may have to put shims in this, because otherwise, if I don't, because the holes go all the way through, or washers or whatever, I gotta just make sure that it doesn't contact the bearing surface. So I'll probably have to stack washers or whatever, or cut the or cut them. I don't know. Maybe I should get different height ball studs or ball ends. But the idea was the fact that this was instead of hiking up instead of hiking up the ball ends with spacers on the transmission, or none of the transmission, on that little plate that's on there that the transmission locks into, it's going to drop down the ball ends on this side, and that change how it pivots. So instead of the wheel, as you flex it down, however it works, but you know what I mean. Obviously, as you actuate the rear end up and down, the wheel has a tendency to want to pivot. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was the whole point behind these pieces right here. So hey, maybe I'm on the right track. Oh, crash at 200, you become a Jag for sure? What? Dead? It's not completely dead. It still has a pulse. It still has blood flowing through the engine, but it's seemingly right now that Jaguar seemingly does not have a brain, because like what Earl already knows, we can get it to fire if I take a beer bottle and fill it with gas and pour it right down the throat. It'll fire up then, but obviously there's just some unknowns. Something's going up brain-wise with this thing. I don't know. There's so much about Jaguar, man. There's so many modules and wires, and the car is already doing like these weird freakouts, which is normally getting its signals crossed somehow. Something's either grounding out, or we got a power wire feeding power to another circuit, or we have modules that are just junk. I don't know. I that's where I hate modules, man. I get it, because everything's computerized now, but man, it's so easy. So easy. Like with the Camaro, man, it's just literally air, fuel, and spark. I don't care if that distributor is 180 degrees in there. It's going to do something. It's going to do it wrong, but it's going to do something to let you know, hey, check your distributor. I don't know, man. Pulling the plugs, checking for spark. Just, I'll get it. That thing's gonna run, man. Thing's gonna run. And for $275, so far I'm in the hole $36 worth of wasted money, maybe. Because it did put a crank sensor in it, just because it was the code that came up. Granted, it could be a wire. Could be something wrong with a wire, but it's where what I have to do is I have to stop throwing parts at it, and I've got to diagnose the electrical, which that's going to be a pain in the butt, because I haven't got a $10,000 snap-on computer scanner, actuator, system analyzer. I think I was about getting one of those Autels. All I would need is an Autel. One of the good ones. Yeah, but still, where's the fun in that? So as of right now, this is a Camaro, right? This is a classic car right here, or an antique, where it's just taking a cup of fuel and just hopefully it atomizes and goes in the right direction. Riff to the raft. What is going on, my brother? You're late. How much did you miss? We started the stream at what? When did we start the stream? We started the stream like an hour and a half ago. You didn't really miss much. I got the parts in. So obviously the super chat parts, all the donators, the backers to the project parts came in. I do feel like I am missing some stuff, which was dumb. Just wasn't thinking. That's what happens when you order stuff. I put stuff in a cart, and I think in my head, oh, that's everything that I need, and it was close. Was this a bag in a bag? Wait a minute. Why do I have a... Is this a bag in a bag? Wait a minute. What the... This is the only thing that I opened. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was a bag in a bag. Nah, it couldn't have been. What the heck? Well, either way. Yeah, you didn't miss nothing. you missed the birds. You missed the sun coming up. That's about it. $8,700 scanner. Right. With a $900 every 6 month subscription renew. Oh my god. Holy crap. Are you kidding me? Yeah, when you're a professional shop and that's a write-off, that's different, but Christ, they know what they're doing, man. Think about how many shops have those, and not everybody does it. Not everybody updates every 6 months. Maybe dealers do. I really don't know. Nah, they probably don't either. As a matter of fact, I know they don't, because when my wife bought her Honda CRV, it was a 2017. Our daughter, one of our older daughters, also bought one because we liked ours so much. Hers was an Earl Moorhead build. So hers was that Monday, Friday build Honda CRV because she was having these weird like little issues. She had a noise coming from the front end and they couldn't figure it out. So they literally took apart her entire front end. They swapped struts. They did like all this craziness. And here's the nutty part. They told her they could not properly align her car because their machine, their alignment machine, did not have the most updated specs for the 2017 CRV. And it was just like, so you guys completely took apart a front end, put it all back together, and you're saying you can't do an alignment on it? Number one, that's BS. You could get it close enough. I mean, yeah, it's not going to be within 100,000ths of an inch, but you could get the alignment close enough and not just say, yeah, we couldn't do an alignment on it because we don't have the latest software. What the hell are you talking about? Latest software. I can rent one? No, not a Jaguar. I'd have to rent it for a whole year. The scum woman. I'm just scanning the chat, just making sure I didn't miss anything. That's something that I tried like not to do. I try not to miss stuff. Wrinkle roof, yeah. I saw that. Just making sure, trying to make sure they didn't miss stuff. Yeah, I don't think I did. Got 35 people in the chat for Saturday morning. That's not bad, man. John Wick is here. What's going on, Mr. Wick? Matthew D, what's going on, man? I like that. Mr. Wick. That's a riot. Something was 38 minutes ago? What? A comment that I missed? John Wick, man, thank you for that. That's right. Hit that thumbs up. 35 people in the chat, man. That is pretty cool. That is crazy. So here was something I wanted to say. So this guy, Stan Reed, he was telling me to get a, and I totally agree with him. I've actually wanted to get a gram scale. And he said that the gram scale, he's going to report back the findings, but he ordered a 200 gram weight for an exact calibration. And he'll report his findings back on the channel. The price of the weight was $8.10, and the scale, I think he said the scale was $12, because I actually I want to start weighing parts, because that's sometimes stuff that people want to know. And if I've already got a scale, and if somebody says, hey, how many grams does that weigh? Like, I want to know together as a whole, when I build my transmission, I want to weigh the factory transmission, which I kind of messed that up right now because I obviously changed the fluid. So obviously the fluid I put in, it just weight-wise is heavier. But I want to weigh transmission for transmission. I want to weigh gears for gears, like take like this part as a whole, and when I assemble this with a spool and no gears in it, is it going to weigh about the same? Like that rotational weight idea, which it probably doesn't make a huge difference, but I still want to know. I want to know the information. It's kind of like that, what's that show? What's that show? There's a show out there that basically it's like these people have information in their heads that like the normal person doesn't have. It's a question and answer show. And I think it's an answer, and you answer it in the form of a question. I could be wrong. But there's also some kind of card game out, Trivial Pursuit. So there's a Trivial Pursuit thing out there, which is just like, oh my God. So one friend of mine, he's like, I've got all this needless information taking up space in my head that I just wasn't there, because I could replace it with information that, I could actually use day to day. He goes, you can ask me these Trivial Pursuit questions, and somehow I have no idea, but I know the answer to them. And it's just like, yeah. So maybe this would be like the useless information parts from RC Guy Garage. Like, I don't know. I think it'll be kind of funny. A funny series. How much does it weigh? You know what I mean? Titanium screws versus the stock shred thread screws that come on the DR10 versus their titaniums. You know what I mean? It would be kind of neat, I guess. Noli, what's going on, man? Good morning to you as well. Hopefully I said that right. Noli Lagros. Lagrosas. Chuck G, thank you for that, man. Oh, RC Master, you taking off? I didn't even see that, man. And I don't know, why was your... Like, riffraff, your comment was held up for review. Like, why is that for review? It's dumb what YouTube reviews stuff or thinks is like wrong. Yeah, but it depends upon what nickel, right? I think like when you get a calibration block, it's probably the best because you already know what it weighs. Like, you know, you're saying a nickel weighs a certain weight. Well, it depends upon how many times that nickel has passed through certain hands. Maybe it's losing weight. Maybe it's gaining weight. Maybe it soaks up the oils from people's hands. Chef Beardsley. You made it to the shed? What's pure BS? About an alignment? What do you mean an alignment? I must have missed something. Right. The team is saying, hey, Earl, I thought you were done. I thought you were done hammering on them. See, you can't help it, can you? James George, we'll see you later, man. Sorry about your dad, man, but being 96, that's a good life, man. That's a good long life. That's awesome. James George, man, see you later. Ah. Yeah, it's funny. When people talk about stuff like that, it makes me remember my grandfather. So my grandfather was pretty much like, in a sense, my grandfather probably took a more of a father role in my life than anything. And he was awesome. Yeah. Just the stories he had, man. He was a Golden Gloves boxer. Like, even how he got into boxing. He was 14 years old when he was boxing Golden Gloves. He used his brother's license to be able to box. Like, he took his brother's license and used it. Like his license. It was awesome. But he was 14. And he was a good fighter, too. Short little 5'2" Italian, just animal. He had, like, softballs for muscles. It was crazy. Yeah. Yeah, he was awesome. He was definitely I want to say, when you talk about heroes, he was definitely my hero. I think it's more rare nowadays to have true family heroes. I feel it's rare. I'm not sure why, but maybe I'm not thinking right, but I don't know. For some reason, I just feel things are getting weird. Things are getting different. Yeah, that actually would be cool if James could do that. That would be cool. So, all right. Well, we're coming up almost on. I'm gonna end this live right in like 3 minutes. I gotta move on with the rest of the day. I can see the pavement's starting to get some sun on it right now. Probably about half of it's covered by trees, so I know it's still wet. But I am going to rip this DR10 on that 1 million weight fluid, and then after I get a few hopefully consistent runs, I still got to cut down the front shocks, cut down that fuel tubing I messed up. That's okay. It's all right. It's still, at least I messed up. At least I messed up, like, lengthwise evenly. It's messed up. But I still like the idea of the springs sliding down the shock shaft. And I know that it's going to potentially create wear issues, but I'm okay with that. I don't know. The DR10 from Team Associated. Do I like it? Yes. Does it have problems? Yes, it does. Are they problems that I can deal with and manage? Yeah, absolutely. Master already take off. So I want to thank the backer for today, Justin O'Neill. Anything, and like I had said, putting that right to one of those Cow RC pit mats. But I don't know if anybody's. I am going to put some videos about that Jaguar on my channel. Now, just remember, my channel isn't all about just RC stuff. I just do whatever. So, if you're not into, seeing, progress on a 2000 Jaguar, from dead being revived, just make sure you don't hit on those videos, because I don't want any thumbs downs. But who knows? Maybe I will anyway. But yeah, today was a nice quiet live. Got the birds chirping. That is why I like doing it outside here, because it's nice. It's gonna be a beautiful day today, and like I always say, just get out there and rip it and do it. If you're thinking about getting one of these DR10s, just get it. Just get it and have some fun. Let it piss you off a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with getting a little bit pissed off. There's nothing wrong with, at least for me, there's nothing wrong with that car teaching me that tuning, especially on drag racing, even in RC, man, even in RC, tuning is huge. I didn't realize it. I thought it was literally, when I bought this DR10, I thought it was just pull the trigger and go straight. It's like, no, it's not. This right now has nothing to do with reaction time. Reaction time is going to be learned later. Right now, it's getting this thing to go straight. And and granted, this is my first drag race car, so I have nothing to base it off of. Maybe if I got the $500, $600 Slash, maybe I'd be happier. I have no idea. But I'm happy with the price I paid. Of course you wish it was less, but who doesn't? But what you're getting, I feel like you can modify it. I feel like you can modify it to work. I mean, both Earl and I right now, granted, Earl is probably already doing 4S hits right now, but we both, like, literally jumped out of 2S right away, because you hit the trigger on 2S. That was just so slow. I mean, I didn't know what I was expecting, but I was very underwhelmed. And then I put 3S and it woke it up. That's when we started having the issues. So, yeah, I don't know. If you've never done a drag race car before and you want to get into it, RTR, this is the way to go because it's the only RTR out there. Otherwise, go buy something special and, you know, spend that $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, whatever it takes to get your car to rip. But I am 100% having a blast, and I suggest you. Hey, look at that! I'm ending it just on the right tone. We're getting a hurricane again. I'm not sad in any way. I'm really liking this DR10. And again, I don't have anything to base it off of, so I went into it blind, and my eyes have been opened in a number of ways. So even somebody commented about tire height. Make sure my tire height is the same. I didn't even think of that. I'm like, oh yeah, being so specific, I guess tire height would matter. So right now I can see looks like my passenger side rear tire is more flatter than my driver's side. My driver's side tire, it's obviously not correct. And don't go doing power slides with this thing either. These tires are sensitive to all that stuff. I was just getting impatient. Don't power slide the car. That's not what you're supposed to do. This car is point blank just only designed to go straight. So anyways, thank you guys, as always, for coming to this COVID and Coffee morning check-in. Just talking about the DR10, talking about the parts that you guys basically provided. I definitely appreciate it. Don't forget, on your way out, if you like the content from this channel, go ahead and throw it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, I hope someday I never have to say that, but subscribe to the channel. You know, we're just having fun here. It's entertainment / maybe a little bit of learning, maybe more. Oh, now that's a nice truck. There you go, right there. There you go. Yeah, I don't know. Just go buy a DR10 and figure it out. That's what I'm doing. All right, everybody. We got Riff to the Raff here. Ronnie Will, Shade Tree, Earl Moorhead, Ronnie Willis, Golden Goose, Gold Goose Gaming. That's your first time here, man. Welcome. John Wick, Chuck G, Justin O'Neill, Chef Beardsley. Almost just called you Chief again. Did I say James George already? I might have. I just like roll through it. We got Jose Bautista. What's going on, man? I think this is your first time here, maybe. And rolling. James George already took off. And I think that's about... Noli LaGrossa was here. I don't know if he's here. RC Daniel was here. Going back. Charles Pruitt. And I think that might be Matthew D. I think that might be just about it. Because I only scrolled back just so far. Oh, Barbecue was here too. That's right. So, RC guy, it's not. No, what? Not. It's not. That was Ronnie Willis. I think your fingers got ahead of your mind. I can't read that sentence. I think you're saying, no, it's not. That was funny? Yeah. I just made that. What would you make up off the top of your head? What am I missing here? Love the COVID and Coffee. No, sorry, maybe. Oh, look at you hanging out in the background. What's going on, guy? What did I miss? I missed something. Ronnie Willis, what did you say? 3,000 kV and everything? Yeah. All right. I'm just going to end the live right where we are. Again, like I always say, just thank you for coming to COVID and Coffee. Be sure to look out for more episodes from RC Guy Garage. And I am out. I'm going to rip the DR10 today. Hopefully do a tranny swap. We'll see. And yeah, I'm going to be working on the Jag. And I've got to do work around my house too, you know, just like everybody else has to do. You still gotta do the other stuff that, you know, you should do. It's not all about fun and games. But if you're interested in watching that series on the Jaguar, it's a 2000 Vandenplas XJ8 supercharged that I picked up for $275. If I did not pick it up that day, which is the reason why I missed that COVID and coffee for that particular day, if I did not pick it up that day, it was going to the crusher. So, yeah, it's just sitting in my driveway, and we're going to see what we can do with it. So, anyways, I'm out. You guys should get out there too. What do I always say? Get out there and rip it, because you should. Stop wasting your time.